back at Willoughby's Beach
in Deniliquin in New South Wales.
We've had a good long weekend of great weather, and for those that know, in Australia we have gum trees, or commonly known as widowmakers, because they just randomly drop a limb, and if you happen to be camping on one underneath one of them, it could spell bad news. So where we are, we're blessed to have not had any wind and beautiful sunshine.
Yep.
And for a couple of days we've been without our dogs. It's been a bit like a honeymoon.
It has been, yes.
And if you want to know more about that, you'll have to stay tuned.
Yes.
So we've had 3 hospital visits between us.
One
life-changing.
One life-changing and 2 minor surgeries, all good. And a mountain load of doctor's appointments that have sort of had to follow up with one of them. All good, but it's just going to take till the end of 23 to get back to a bit of normality in our lives.
Yes.
Without going, we have an appointment this week or we've got this on that week. It's all good. Yes. We're both healthy and that's what matters.
Yes. And getting back on track, which obviously we're in this video.
Yes.
And don't forget to wear sunscreen.
Yes, without a doubt. If you take nothing else from this video, take that.
Renovations. So in between everything else, we've had renovations going on. It's been painting, removing yuccas. Now anybody that's removed any yuccas will know that that's not a pleasant job. Landscaping, so been building a few things, building a few fences. I've had 3 solo trips in this time as well. So the first one was to a retreat in Sydney, and this is where I learnt pickleball. And I also did my first tickety-boo, another tick box, ice bath.
Right there, that's it. Breathe, breathe, breathe normal, breathe normal, breathe normal, smashing it, that's it, breathe normal, that's it, smashing it, yeah.
How you going, guys? How you feeling?
And the second trip was for business, a conference. It had happened to coincide with World Pride. It was my first time going to World Pride. Well, it's the first time it's been in the Southern Hemisphere. Carol's been to the Mardi Gras parade before, and it was my first time going to the Mardi Gras parade. So another tick box. It's going to be the same for this, isn't it?
I didn't tick any off, but Gay did. It is what it is.
It was another tickety-doo box. I ended up volunteering for it. Which is for the Mardi Gras, which is the best way I thought to see it, and yeah, had a great time.
Just a side note, when Gay was doing the Sydney Mardi Gras, I stayed at home, watched it on telly, and played Spot Gay.
Gay coming to you from the top of the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Did a Pride Bridge climb with a drag queen at the top of the bridge, so it's the first time I climbed the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Also, there was a Pride March across the Sydney Harbour Bridge, so I walked across the Sydney Harbour Bridge. That was another tick box.
Hello.
How you going?
The video. I'm doing fabulous. We just marched across the Sydney Harbour Bridge.
And then, because of volunteering for the parade, I ended up with tickets to the closing party. And then more recently, I went off to the Blue Mountains, not quite Sydney, but the Blue Mountains for another retreat. This one was with, again for business, it was with 100 other business people camping. So a lot of them had never been camping before, or probably had memories of camping in their younger years and probably hated it. But I would call it glamping because we had deluxe toilets and showers. They were very nice, and the tents were all set up with us. It's not a thing that you really had to do. Just had to, put your bag in your tent and away you went. There was already sleeping stuff there. Yeah, it was quite the setup it was. I didn't have to cook either, so I kind of missed that. There was no damper being made, that's for sure. There was a few options for the retreat on the activities that you could do for one of the days, and I chose to do the Grand Canyon walk. Yeah, it was recommended by Shad Donahue, and it was fantastic. So I really, really enjoyed that, except for the steps out. I didn't enjoy that very much. But the rest of it was really good. Also, another shout out to Dirt 4x4. Trevor, he did a video on Bathurst, driving around Bathurst on his hot lap, or fast lap, one of the two, and I didn't know that it was a thing. Anyway, I drove around Bathurst track for a few laps. So back to some normality, because I was out there, it sounds like I was out there
You had 3 trips, which is
doing
unusual.
all this really, really fun stuff, and Carol was, anyway,
All
she
good.
was at home. Next. So the continuation with pickleball ended up being, I did the pickleball, and I think even a week later I'd signed up to a club. But then an opportunity came up to do a bit of coaching with, have a coaching session with the world number 2 Riley Newman, which I really, really did enjoy. So I was thankful for that and really enjoyed it.
In October 2022, we got married. We had a few little curveballs leading into it, with obviously a few health issues. Gay ended up having to take the brunt of everything and sort it all out. I'd sort of put some things in place. I found the venue, I found the singer, but Gay had to chase it all up and put it all together. She did really well. Forever grateful that she could pick up the ball and run with it. In amongst all of that, she was still doing renovations and work, and yeah, kudos to her. Hence why we are out here having our honeymoon. We didn't really have much opportunity after that, leading into Christmas as well and a few other things. So this is our honeymoon as such, which is nice to get to spend a bit of time together. And as we said, although we miss the dogs, it's nice not having to worry as much about them and spend a bit of time just with us.
Quality time.
Yes.
Love languages.
Yes, till we do the video and then we argue.
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes though, so it's all good. Just a quid of a side note, Gay likes passion fruit. We grew passion fruit this year. We grew it off 2 vines.
Well, that was a bit of a time-consuming thing too. So we didn't think the passion fruit vines were 18 months old, and at the start of the season we didn't think we'd get anything.
No, we were a little bit worried about them. I think I was more worried about them. Gabe was worried about them earlier.
I love
into
passion fruit.
Anyway, so we've supplied half the peninsula with passion fruit. Half
Had
my
buckets.
work. We're buckets and buckets. We're so lucky with them.
Yes. So it was a full-time job going around. I think
Yeah.
at the peak of the passion fruit season, I was picking up a bucket a day.
Yeah, it was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was quite a lot of
So that's
passion
just our
fruit.
random stuff, you know.
And then Carol was making passion fruit cakes, so
Passion fruit cake, passion fruit slice, anything passion fruit. I made passion fruit margaritas. They didn't end up so well. A bit wonky. All good though.
yes.
So, but it's onwards and upwards, and you know, we have our little honeymoon. We just wanted to touch base and let you know why we've been missing in action. Everything's fine.
Yes.
As I said, we're both healthy and well.
Yes. You got any questions?
Down below, we'll answer them, don't you worry.
Then give us a big thumbs up.
Don't forget to ring that little wee bell and hit us up and subscribe if you want. But yeah, questions and stuff like that, any ideas or any thoughts on anything, put it up there. Don't forget to wear sunscreen.
And we have also recorded another video, so yes, we are on a bit of a roll.
Yes.
Yes.
Stay tuned, it'll be out soon.
Yes. So the plan is to be more consistent.
Yes, definitely. That's it.
Bye now.
Thanks for watching.
Have we blabbered on too much about it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay.
But you can cut that out, can't you?
Yeah.
What else has been going on, Gabe?
Is this going to be a tagline? What else has been going on?
Bit like that. Found her. Irony's not lost on me, but anyway.
The trip was for business again, for World Pride. No.
That wasn't the business.
Yeah. And that will soon be finished as well, so
Woohoo.
another tick off the box for that one.
Ticking off someone's box.
Instead of the 5-star hotels type scenario, it was the 5 million stars under the what is it? It was a 5 million stars outdoors. What do you call it?
Don't know.
It was sleeping under 5 million stars. Crikey!
As opposed to sleeping 5 stars, so we'll just go with that.
A few minutes, a few hundred minutes, for a few minutes, for a few laps.